much weight can a spider web hold? This is gonna be crazy.
The spider web actually hold? Obviously they hold flies, but what about a pen, a water bottle, a dumbbell?
Well, I went out and bought the spider that makes the strongest webs in the world to be able to go and test it.
And without wasting any time, I let the spider loose into this massive enclosure with tons of anchor points all over the wall to ensure an enormous web could be built in here. You see, these are called golden silk orb weavers, and their silk is so strong that it's said that the military literally studied it to learn how to make bulletproof vests. Yeah.
That is crazy. It's actually good to learn because right now I'm learning.
These guys are the real deal. So while
I'm
we wait for
imagining
this
the
massive
thumbnail
web to be constructed, I also want to test questions like what is the coolest spider species, can spiders walk on water, and tons of other fun spider questions, starting with what is a trapdoor spider?
Basically, the answer is they're one of the
actually knew that this is gonna go straight up.
most insane animal.
First one, another thing then.
And I instantly dropped it into a little enclosure I built for it. You see, they're called trapdoor spiders because they build a trapdoor. Basically, over the course of a few hours,
I thought that would be a black widow. Oh, black widow has a big bone.
Out a hole in the ground. Then they coat the inside of that hole with a special kind of silk they produce that allows it to essentially turn into a functional trapdoor that they can surprise prey with. And while I wasn't able to catch mine building the trapdoor, the next morning I came back to find this area looking pretty different. And based off of this suspicious moss and silk tripwires, I'm pretty sure the spider set up his trapdoor right here.
So I suspect if I put a cricket in, the spider will jump out of the trapdoor to eat it.
Immediately the cricket got to walking around, and this enclosure isn't super big, so it wasn't long until the cricket was right next to the trapdoor. Now you see these silk lines. Like I said earlier, they are tripwires that are directly connected down to where the spider is located. So if something were to touch one of these tripwires, the spider would instantaneously know exactly where to strike. And well guys, it is insane to see this because like 20 seconds later, the cricket walked over the trapdoor onto the tripwire, and the cricket is now just gone. Check out.
Wow. That is actually crazy.
That instant replay. Oh my gosh. The fact that the spider is just born with the ability to know to do this is so insane. And if you thought that was cool, while we wait for our golden silk orb weaver to make the strongest web in the world, I still have way more fun spider questions, with the next one being, can spiders walk on water?
Yeah, you might be thinking, heck no, Dare Green, are you stupid? If a spider walked on water, it would just fall in and drown. But I think I actually found a spider species that actually can walk on water. And I've heard that they can also do tons of other crazy stuff.
So I built it up the perfect environment.
That means it can actually dive into the water, not just dive in, like
with both a water and a land area to get this experiment started. Now I very carefully let the spider loose because obviously, as you can tell, it's extremely large and creepy. And while I have a whole channel about keeping the weirdest pets, I'm still kind of scared of spiders. But eventually the spider ended up crawling out of the container.
All right, now that he's out of that container.
Wait, why should somebody be scared of spiders? Do they actually bite? Because like I see them as kind of harmless creatures.
And on the land section, hopefully he now goes and walks in the water. Let me see if maybe I can move him over there. I don't want to. Oh, he's doing it.
Yep, and just like that, the spider started to defy the laws of physics, kind of.
Wow.
It looks like the spider is just sort of floating on top of the water, but it actually has completely perfect control to be able to walk around on top, just like it was solid ground. Yeah, it's actually insane, but these spiders are able to do this because of their legs, which are covered with these super tiny water repellent hairs that make them buoyant on top of the water.
But these guys
just
evolved to walk.
I wonder if they actually bring in the law of like Archimedes' law principle.
In the water for nothing. They did it so they could hunt where no other spider could.
While most normal spiders just sit on a web all day waiting for the prey to come to them, these guys are active hunters and instead are able to pick up the slightest vibrations in the water to know exactly where the stuff is to attack it.
So I want to see if this fishing spider will try and dive under the water for some crickets. This should be very interesting. I've heard crickets are these guys' super favorite food, if that makes sense. Yeah, they really like them though.
Yeah, now I was gonna try and take my time with this, but you see I accidentally dropped the cricket in, and right away the fishing spider went insane and pounced on it without wasting a single second, and the cricket was now just straight up in.
How much weight can a spider web hold? That is the thing that we want to see, but I actually love like exploration.
Fangs of
It's
this insane
instinct, like
predator. I didn't really
curiosity.
get a good view of it attacking the cricket, so what I actually did was took the cricket from the spider so I could see if I could get the shot one more time. And this time, the spider once again pounced onto the cricket as soon as it saw it. And obviously, it's pretty creepy, and you can see those legs moving. It's very scary, actually. But you could see from under the water, the cricket had no chance of escape, and it was now getting eaten as the spider walked up onto the land to finish eating it there.
All right, all right.
Wow.
I'm super excited about the next question because it is, what is the most camouflage spider species? And well, guys, I think I found it. I got it. It's right in here.
But before I could take it out of this container, I
Camouflage.
quickly built up its enclosure. And yep, literally all we need is just some sand, and that is it. These are one of the most resilient and simple spiders in the entire world. And let's open this. Now you may notice that I was being extremely
Are they gonna turn white?
ultra careful with opening this. And that's because
Like-
this species is one of the most venomous creatures on
Oh!
the planet. Like, period.
And I was definitely thinking spiders are harmless.
And if it bit me, there'd be a high likelihood I wouldn't make it. But thankfully, that didn't happen because the spider started to climb out of the paper towel and then onto the sand. Now, these are called six-eyed sand spiders. And you may be wondering, bruh, Theragreen, how the heck is this thing camouflaged at all? Well, you see, these guys are able
Perhaps have like 6 eyes on the butt.
to camouflage by doing this. Once they find a good spot where the sand is nice and loose, they start to kick sand on top of themselves and bury themselves under it to
How
hide
do they
here for
actually
basically
breathe?
99% of its life. Now, it may not technically be camouflage, but this ability does an amazing job at hiding it. And I mean, even its legs just look like tiny little sticks poking out the sand. This does not look like a spider. And like other predators that use their camouflage abilities to hunt, these spiders are no different.
That was
And as soon as they
crazy.
detect motion, they will jump out of the floor.
So let's feed this thing a cricket. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, you would have no idea that that is literally one of the most venomous things in the world.
Anyways, I went and dropped the cricket inside, and immediately he got to running around the enclosure. But little did he know, right under his feet was his doom. Well, kinda, because I thought right away the spider was gonna
Wait. Just imagine, Chelsea. Just imagine this. Something like this is hidden. Oh, camouflage. Something like this is hidden. And there's like, what am I saying? There's something I want to say, but I don't actually know how to put it.
pop out, but the cricket actually was just straight up walking on top of the spider, and the spider just didn't care. But I think it's because this cricket was a little bit big for the spider, so a little bit later I came back with a smaller cricket, as you can see. And well, as you can also see, this time the spider did not waste
The
a
spider was like, no way. This big thing, please get off me. I don't want to die young.
single second to pounce onto this cricket. Nah, look at this instant replay.
Wow.
Imagine if that was my finger. And, well, I guess this spider is gonna enjoy his very tasty meal now. Nice. Alright, now it's time for question number 4, which is, what spider is the most like Spider-Man?
Yeah, might sound funny, but the answer is definitely the thing in this container. Because you know how Spider-Man can
I actually thought that which spider can turn you into a Spider-Man? Like, that was the question that was in my head
webs
as I saw the mask.
Well, this spider species can also shoot long-range webs, and it's pretty crazy.
These are called long-legged spitting spiders. And as you can see, they look pretty weird because they have a massive head. You see, most spiders have their silk glands, which are the things that make silk, in their abdomen. And that's why that area is so big. But these guys got their silk glands in their head because they need to be able to shoot webs out of their mouth. But in order for them to be able to do that, they gotta go and set up a little area in their tank. So I put my spider in a tank and he started to walk around, climbed up some sticks and stuff. And when I came back a little bit later, there was a little web made at the top of the enclosure. This means he was now settled in and he is ready to attack some prey.
All right, now that the spider went and made a web somewhere at the top of the enclosure, I'm gonna put in some crickets like always. And I know it's kind of a lot, but hopefully one of these guys gets
But what will actually happen? Bro, I really want to, like, there's some fun stuff that we want to do, like, for content, like just pure fun challenges that we want to do. Just subscribe.
Got by some webs. Let's go.
So I put them in, and while most of the crickets were kind of just walking around the grassy floor area, this one cricket started to climb up this stick that led directly to where the spitting spider was. The cricket then crawled right next to the spider, waking him up, which probably angered the spider, causing the spider to shoot his web directly onto the cricket, completely gluing him to the wall, making sure the cricket
That is much.
will
was
never
absolutely
be
much.
able to move again. You see, not only does this web shot completely immobilize the prey, just like Spider-Man can do, but also because the web shots come from the head, it's infused with the spider's venom, meaning the web that's covering this cricket's body is seeping venom into it, which makes it even easier for the spider to consume it. And as you can see, that's
That is crazy.
exactly what the spider did. Very nice. Now the next question is,
If I didn't watch this, I would probably be playing with these insects, bro. I definitely thought these things are harmless.
so what is the cutest spider in the world?
And yes, there is a good
Kill
reason I'm
spider.
testing this. You'll see what I mean. But anyways,
Are
I
there
got the
spiders
cutest
that
spider
are
right
cute?
in here.
They're called jumping spiders, and I mean, just look at them. While every other spider is evil and just straight up nasty looking, these guys are super fluffy and they
Look at how cute it is.
all these little cute eyes, arms, and everything about them.
I don't know if this is actually cute, but it's crazy, chat.
It's just lovely. Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
In fact, these spiders are so cute. They literally
This
made
guy
an entire
definitely
animated show about them called Lucas the
Lucas the
Spider.
Spider.
And dang, this is pretty entertaining, but also it's not very accurate because if this is real, the spider would definitely be eating the fly.
Because even though these guys are so cute, they're called jumping spiders because of their insane ability to jump towards prey and eat them whole. Yeah, they probably aren't so
Wow.
cute to the prey. So you already know, I
Wow.
got a little home built for this guy.
Look
I
at that
went and put
haunting
him
skill, bro.
inside, and I got out a cricket to feed him.
Yeah, but this cricket is pretty big for the jumping spider. So if it's able to eat this thing, that'll just show how insane they are despite being super duper cute.
Now what I did was immediately showed the jumping spider the cricket to let him know it was feeding time. And while I was showing it to him, you could see he was actually being pretty nice and wasn't just straight up attacking it, actually was kind of backing off. So I decided to let the cricket loose, and a little later I noticed the cricket was standing literally right next to the spider. And yeah, the jumping spider just wasn't eating it for some reason. Dang, maybe that
I was like, who brought this big stuff here? Am I the one to actually eat it, or it's the one to eat me?
little
That's
animation I was
question.
watching was accurate, and maybe jumping spiders are actually very friendly. Or maybe mine was just not hungry right now. Actually, that probably is what it is.
But I think I'm just gonna leave that cricket in there, so when the jumping spider gets hungry, it will do that, basically. Yeah, as you can tell in this footage, it's pretty cool to watch them eat. But anyways, the real reason why I wanted to get the cutest spider in the
actually-
world
wait,
is
Chad.
because many of you
They're actually cute, though. Is there something that is
know
happening
that
to
my
me?
mom is absolutely
A lot of
petrified
like
of
the
spiders.
It's spider, yes. Right.
Oh my god!
Yeah, one time I showed her a tarantula and she was just not happy.
Matt?
So hopefully this will help change her mind. Mom, can you come in here? Oh, hello there.
Hi, bud.
So I just brought you in because I know you hate spiders, right? You do
Yes.
hate spiders?
Yes.
So basically I just wanted to show you that I got the most venomous spider in the world.
What?
Yeah, right?
Just imagine straight up calling your mother, and the next thing that you announcing to your mother is, I got the most venomous spider in the world. And your mother's looking at you. You're holding the thing in the can. And your mother's like, what if this thing gets off your hand? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna catch it and put it back? But what if this thing gets lost in the house? The most venomous spider gets lost in your house,
The
bro.
cutest spider in
You're
the
done.
world because I want to cure your fear of spiders.
Oh my gosh.
And as you can see, he's super friendly because he just, he can crawl on my arm.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can see its face and I can see like red furry.
That's not the most venomous. Cute.
No.
You want to get a closer
No.
look?
No.
And they're actually called jumping spiders because they're able to jump.
No.
Hopefully he doesn't jump on you.
No, no.
That would. Oh, you know the reaction of my mother. In this scenario, this is what my mother would have done. My mother would have straight away get a spider from your hand, and after getting the spider from your hand, bro. Not just like collecting it. Just beat your hand, the spider will fall. And once the spider falls to the ground, bro, straight away matching it, crushing it, crushing it. And you watch a spider. You watch a spider die. Unalive. That's not what I want to say.
I'm just gonna go
Unalive.
back inside of his home. There you go. Okay,
Pardon
so
me.
did that cure your fear of spiders?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, dang it.
Well, I guess it was worth a shot. One day I will cure her fear of spiders. But anyways, now it's time to test the final question. How much weight
Finally! How much weight can a spider?
can a spider web hold?
So if you remember, I went and put that spider inside of this massive enclosure. And for me, that was about a week ago. And since putting the spider inside of here, all he's pretty much done is spun some web at the back left corner and the back right corner. And yeah, he hasn't made it.
Bro! My goodness, this is crazy.
Massive web in the middle.
You see, spiders that make massive webs like this can take weeks in captivity to feel comfortable enough to do it. Just because the environment is totally different from the wild. Now,
The spider is like, you captured me. I'm not going to actually show you my skill. All I'm going to do is to find some shelter. Like, find shelter. I'm not going to show you my skill. My skill is hidden and just for me. I don't know, but let's see if it's actually happened.
I
Subscribe.
actually would just keep waiting, but I had a flight to catch in 2 days to record another banger video for you guys. So instead, to be able to answer this question, the next morning I had to drive out to a trail bright and early in the morning to be able to find some spider webs in the wild myself.
And guys, I brought the backpack so we can test a bunch of items in the spider webs to see what is the heaviest item they can hold.
Now, after I found this first pretty
Like, I really want to see Terra's face.
tiny spider web,
Tara
I got out
Green's
the
face.
backpack to take out the lightest item to test the weight of crickets. Which obviously you can see this web is able to hold just fine. Webs like this are literally designed to be able to hold insects. You see, even just this is impressive because if these spiders were scaled up to how big humans were, it'd basically be the equivalent to a human being able to make a web that could hold 125 pounds. Based on
Wow. That was good.
some complex math, which I'm not gonna go
125
into.
pounds. How many
we knew
kg?
that was going to be able to hold a cricket.
125 pound charge. How many kg is that? Kilogram.
Our next item we got to test though is a $20 bill, which actually weighs double the
$20
amount as
bill.
what a cricket weighs. And also it's a lot
100.
bigger, so let's see if a bigger web can hold this.
Like I said, this web is a bit bigger and it should be able to hold this even though the weight is double the amount. And after kind of finding the right place to balance it, boom, just like that, the $20 looks like it's just floating there. But it's actually being held by the web. And when ranked on our human
Wow.
scalability, that money is the equivalent to a human making a web that could hold 250 pounds. We're getting heavier. But the
Wow.
next item is this empty pen casing, which is 5 times more heavy than that money. Now, if you're wondering how the web handled against this, well, you'd probably be surprised that it actually held without too much of a problem at all. Meaning this is basically the equivalent to a human web holding over 1,000 pounds. Now, we are getting heavy.
1,000 pounds is how much? Like, in kg.
The
I don't know
last
the
item I've
maths.
got is a water bottle, which is obviously a lot heavier and also a lot bigger than all the other stuff I've tested. And I know it's not a dumbbell like I said at the start, but hey, I'm not trying to just destroy this web for no reason at all, because yeah, that would definitely destroy it. But yeah, let's test it. This can hold the water bottle.
Now, with the pen and money already weighing this web down, it wasn't looking too promising, but I still tried my best to perfectly align the water bottle in the web so it would hold, and when I let go of the water bottle, it fell apart. But remember, it was basically able to hold the human equivalent to 1,000 pounds, basically, on my super accurate human scalability. So yeah, that's pretty crazy, and the point of this video was to show you guys that while spiders can be super creepy and also super deadly, they're actually some of the most interesting and amazing animals that we gotta show our respect to.
10,000 mealworms versus a watermelon. What's gonna happen?
These are mealworms, and they're known for their ability to eat almost anything. But
First
what if
time
you
watching,
put
though.
10,000 mealworms on a whole watermelon? How quickly would they completely eat it and turn it to mush despite its massive size?
Yeah, I don't know. So that's why I bought 10,000 mealworms.
Wait, where did this Guys, get all these things.
Yeah, this is the most nastiest thing I've ever done, but
Terrible.
it'll also be one of
Like-
the most satisfying things I'll ever do on the channel.
Okay, well, I got the watermelons right here.
Most satisfying
Actually,
thing, wow.
first, just kind of want to put this piece of bread in here to see how quickly these mealworms will start to devour it.
So yeah, I put the bread inside, and as you could probably imagine, the
I love
mealworms wasted
storytelling.
no time to start swarming this thing, and of course, they then started to consume it. If you pay attention to right here in specific, you can see how they just devour a massive
Wait, is it that actually focused on one spot?
hole right through the center of the bread. If they're doing this to the tiny piece of bread, imagine what they do to the full watermelon.
Ooh.
Anyways, literally after only 4 hours, this bread was hollowed out with mealworms and just had holes all over it. But this is literally nothing compared to the other time lapses I'll be showing off in the video. I have tons
Wow.
of stuff planned, ending with the
This is
final
crazy.
10,000 mealworms versus the whole watermelon. But don't think the stuff before is boring.
This is like Mr. Beast, but using animals like insects like that.
Because we're gonna be starting with leeches.
Yup, you heard that right. For the first time lapse I'll be recording, I went and bought 5 big leeches.
Yup, leeches usually live in the wild and grab onto unsuspecting prey to basically just suck the blood out of them. Well, since I have 5
Wait.
these leeches and they're in captivity,
Sorry, yo.
it's gonna allow me to get some insane time-lapse footage
Sorry.
in the life out of a food object
So subscribe.
as the leeches get bigger. It should be pretty cool. And if you watch my video about keeping pet leeches, you'd know they basically like to spend all their time under the water, so that's why I'll be setting up an aquarium for this test.
And then quickly, I'm just gonna fill up this tank with this so I can go ahead and put the leeches inside so we can get this test
With water?
started.
So yeah, I put each of these
Ooh,
5
that
leeches
was
inside,
fast.
and I put a lid on top so they didn't escape. And immediately, you can kind of just see how they all just start swimming
Is it that leeches actually exist only in water? They cannot actually live outside water.
around under the water, just sort
You
of like how
abs-
snakes do. Yeah, it's kind of
How
weird, honestly,
excited
but
they
once
look,
they
though.
want to stop swimming, they'll go up to the glass and just grab onto it using the end of their bodies basically as a suction cup. It's actually pretty cool. Anyways, for the food I'll be feeding these
Wow.
guys, it's this piece of beef liver.
Well, alright, why don't we just drop this slimy nastiness into here and see how long it takes for these leeches to get absolutely massive.
And so step 1 was to actually get the leeches to bite onto this piece of meat, which is pretty easy. You basically just pick up the piece of meat with tweezers and start bringing it up to the leeches' faces until they grab onto it. So yeah, I just went around and picked up all the leeches onto the meats. But if you couldn't tell, the water quality got super bad because of the beef liver, so I decided to actually let the leeches eat the beef liver out of the water, since in the wild, that's actually how they prefer to feast. And while a couple of the leeches kind of detached from the piece of meat and started to run away, 3 of the leeches actually did stay on it, so I could watch as they started to eat. You can literally see them contract their throats in and out as they basically use their teeth to grind the meat up, and then they suck it up
That's
like
nasty,
a
though.
smoothie up into their bodies. But things actually did not go to plan, because out of nowhere,
Bro, like actually enjoy this.
this leech decided
If
to
you
detach from
absolutely
the piece
enjoy
of
this,
meat,
hit us
and then
subscribe
he
button.
just started to slither away randomly. Then the other 2 leeches decided to detach too, and this guy decided to just burrow into the piece of meat, and this one just slithered away. Hey, at least we got to watch him eat for a little bit, but this is why I love time lapses. You just capture random interesting stuff like this. But even these leeches are nowhere near as interesting as the time lapse coming up later, because the time lapses get cooler as the video progresses. So that's why for our second time lapse, we're gonna be recording flesh-eating beetles.
Yes, you heard that right. Flesh-eating beetles. And they're called that
Flesh-eating
because they're
beetles.
beetles that eat flesh. And well, let me show you why that is so cool.
Now, as you can see, there's some actual flesh-eating beetles in here, but most of the things in here are still in their larva stage, which means they're
Okay.
actually even
That is actually what I wanted to talk about.
more hungry than usual. And you see, these insects are cool because they can literally just eat the flesh off of animals to the point where they only leave the skeleton bones behind.
Some of y'all might be like, why do this thing exist? Yeah, that's it. That's the reason right there. The reason is actually right there. Because if you look at this, if something dies and it is not buried, these just eat them off instead of it smelling in the environment.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and record a time lapse of that.
And I've got thousands of flesh-eating beetles in here to the point if I put my finger in there, it would probably turn into a skeleton. Actually, you know what? I wonder what would happen if I put a piece of dog food in there. Hey, I guess let me get a quick time lapse real quick.
So I put the dog food in, and oh guys, all I'll say is things are about to get interesting with these beetles. But as you could probably imagine, buying all these crazy bugs and worms is extremely expensive, and I've been needing to manage a lot of money. And if you're wondering, it didn't take them very long for them to start swarming this piece of dog food. You see, these are dog treats that I buy for my dog Jet, and they're made out of the top quality real beef ingredients, which of course Jet loves, but that also explains why these flesh
What if your hand was bitten?
eating beetle larvae were also loving it. Anyways, it was pretty crazy how after just a few of these beetles latched onto the dog food, pretty much all of the beetles soon followed behind until literally this—
Wait, what if this insect gets filled up first? And you've not actually entered the real thing.
The dog food was literally like just not a piece of dog food anymore. This is just a living piece of flesh-eating beetle at this point. Yeah, there's just so many on here.
Oh my gosh, bro, what? These guys are so hungry.
So yeah, I shook them all off because if you remember, the main reason I got these beetles is because I actually want to see if they could turn an animal into a skeleton by just eating its flesh. And I don't want them to get filled up on this, but anyways, considering this piece of dog food was only in there for like 10 minutes, the beetles made a pretty decent amount of progress by chewing a bunch of tiny little chunks out of it.
Anyways, of course, I'm feeding these guys. I've got a duck head. Yeah, and we're gonna see if they can turn it into a white duck skull.
Oh,
yeah,
I love
this,
this.
guys. I didn't do this to the duck. I actually just bought this at the pet store. Apparently, they're dog food. Jack, can you give this a taste test? You think the flesh-eating beetles? You think they're gonna like it? Yeah, he's licking it. I think he likes it.
So since it passes the Jet taste test,
Like the dog is like, I'm gonna take my time to finish this. No more rushing. But if there were other dogs there, oh my goodness.
I wasted no time to put this into our tank. Let's see what these bugs do. Now,
outside the
immediately
dog.
things were pretty interesting because many of the beetles, of course, were drawn to this nasty duck head, and pretty much all of the beetles started to gather at the base of the head. These guys were all slowly chewing away at the fur of this duck head, and it was cool because you could gradually see the group of flesh-eating beetles move up along the side of the duck head, and they were even eating it so much that they ended up knocking it over. Eventually, it was so nasty because the beetles had just completely swarmed the head and were crawling in and out different parts of it, like the hole in the beak. And after leaving this in here for a full 24 hours, you could just see how much they chewed through all the fur and just how nasty this is. But the real damage was done on the bottom of the skull, where it was completely chewed through. These are the literal bones of the duck skull, and this is just straight up so disgusting. This looks like a zombie duck head at this point.
Oh my gosh, this smells so bad, you guys don't even know. But dang, check this out. I'm actually kind of surprised this didn't just like turn a completely white skull kind of color, because I know these beetles sometimes do that, but I guess it makes sense. This is just kind of dog food. But I would—
How many of y'all love the things that Terra Green actually does? Like Terra Green on, I don't know if there's Terra Green in like the normal Terra Green.
call it a success.
Apart
I mean,
from
look
one.
at how destroyed this thing is.
Oh, that
Anyways, so
person
these
is
guys
going
will
there.
definitely make a very interesting addition to my pet collection.
I love to make
Alrighty, we're
videos
almost
like
at the
this.
final 10,000 mealworms versus watermelon test. But quickly, I'm excited to show you guys time lapse number 3, which is an alien creature digging.
Yup, you know how some people set up their ant colonies
Alien
into the
creature.
ant nest to get footage of them digging out those tunnels along the glass? Well, this alien creature is actually able to do the same exact thing. Let me show you how.
Yeah, so this
Hello?
thing's called a vinegaroon, and this is the same one from a few videos ago on my channel. But you see, I call them an
Vinegar.
alien because, I mean, just look at them. They look extremely weird, and they have these claws at the front of their body that actually allow them to dig.
Yup, and for this guy, as you can
Okay.
see, I filled this tank up with a bunch of clay. But if you look, I actually left a hole on the side of the glass empty. That way, when I go and fill this place up with dirt, the vinegaroon won't be able to make a hole anywhere in this dirt other than that hole I made in the clay right on the side of the glass there.
Now, anyways, after getting the dirt in, I wasted no time to put the vinegaroon inside. Now, immediately, this alien creature wasn't exactly super interested in digging. He was kind of just trying to climb out. But you see, that's because there's actually a few things I have to set up in here to—
Yo, just like, why you putting me here? Let me out.
guy want to dig quickly. First of all, I put this water dish in here, and then I started to use my finger to dig out a little tunnel under the water dish. Now when the vinegaroon comes over here, he'll find the little entrance to the burrow I made, and when he's ready to dig, he'll know where to start. So guys, I just went and set up my time-lapse camera in another room so we could observe what these creatures do when no one's watching. And yeah, during the first few hours, since it was technically still day, you can see he was very active amongst the top section, still trying to escape. But the second it hit nighttime, this dude went down to the burrow section and he started to dig up like a straight up drill. Nah, let's see that on an instant replay. That's actually pretty cool.
That is
You can
actually
literally
crazy.
see the pile of dirt up here grow as the vinegaroon digs out all the dirt from the tunnel. I think this is some of the clearest footage ever.
Okay, like you actually take off the dirt from under, then take it up, drop it, goes back. Like, what a crazy.
Caught of these creatures digging. It's pretty cool to watch.
Well, dang, now that this guy dug this tunnel, you're probably wondering why they
I
actually
love
make
the
these tunnels.
storytelling.
Well, they actually make them to hunt. And well, I got a cricket right in here. Let's drop this thing in.
And so after I dropped the cricket in, he started to walk around the top area, but little did he know the vinegaroon was right under his feet, waiting in the burrow for food to walk in. And a little bit later, the cricket did just that. He started squeezing through the opening that was dug out the night before, and he went in deep enough to where the vinegaroon was sitting. I know it got super foggy in here when I brought it to my recording area, so it's kind of hard to see, but the vinegaroon started to attack the cricket, and he started to chase him out the burrow. The cricket tried to escape, but it was no use because the claws of the vinegaroon are just too strong. And I know you guys can't really see it well in this footage, but I can assure you the cricket is no longer with us, to put it lightly. Dang, that was cool. But I'm gonna go and move this guy back to his original enclosure
Oh,
I built in the
that is
original.
insect.
Well guys, it's finally time to do our final time lapses with the 10.
Now, Chelsea, this is the main reason we watch this video, okay? And funny enough, how one thing takes us around the same way Mr. Beast does.
1,000 mealworms.
Okay, I'm not gonna waste any time, and I'm gonna record some stuff right away. But before we do the watermelon, I actually want to start with something a lot more interesting. This
Why are you
thing.
stressing this
This
stuff?
is literally a piece of styrofoam. And you're probably wondering right
Mr. Beast does this a lot.
now, what the heck,
I would
Peregrine?
like
Why are you
Chelsea.
feeding this to the worms? Well, it's because mealworms have an absolutely insane special ability, and it's actually that they can somehow digest styrofoam. Yeah, talk about the latest special ability ever, but I just had to get a time up showing this off, and immediately, these dudes started to completely climb all over the styrofoam, completely covering it. I don't know why mealworms are one of the only animals that can eat styrofoam. It's honestly kind of weird, and the craziest part about this time lapse is if you look right down here, you can literally see the moment when the mealworms
was
decided to
fast.
start chewing a massive hole through the side of the styrofoam. So they could literally crawl inside to eat more. It's super cool. And anyways, after
Why are they eating styrofoam?
leaving the styrofoam in here all night, I shook off all the mealworms so we could see the damage that was done, and holy, look at this thing. First of all, that hole the mealworms shoot through the side is nasty, and it's still filled to the brim with worms. Ugh. Then just this whole top part has bite marks all over it, and this thing is probably hollowed out and just filled with worms. Nah. And yeah, if you're wondering about the other pieces of styrofoam, basically the exact same thing happened to them, and they got obliterated. It's safe to say these mealworms are hungry.
Now, I think it's about time we get out the watermelon so we can do the final time lapse. And I got a knife
How?
here, so I can go and cut this thing up so we can reveal the nice.
How is he gonna put it? Perhaps separate them and then put it in the center. Let's see.
juicy red part.
So yeah, that's exactly what I did, and I just put the watermelon straight into this tank so we could get this test started right away. Now, you already know the mealworms started to, of course, climb all over the watermelons right away. Mealworms love watermelons because, of course, they're super sugary and sweet, but they're also made out of 92% water, meaning the mealworms can just get super hydrated. Now, it's so crazy because you can see how nice and bright red this watermelon is now. Well, it only took a couple hours until that bright red completely started to fade as thousands of mealworms started to climb all over the watermelon, nibbling tiny little pieces out of it. And yeah, this all happened in the time span of only 12 hours. Yeah, I literally just left this overnight.
Okay, I just checked on this for the first time since waking up, and first of all, this smells absolutely disgusting. But look at this. This was a bright red color like 10 hours ago, but it's like completely rotted.
Like,
because of what these mealworms are doing to it. This is nasty, and they're making all these tiny little holes in it. Nah.
Anyways, I moved the tank to the floor to continue the rest of the time lapse. But as you can see in this footage, as I continued recording, the mealworms weren't nearly as interested in the watermelon. Pretty much none of them were even eating it anymore. I mean, it does look pretty rotten to be honest, so I guess it would make sense to why they don't want to eat it. But yeah, I decided to just stop the time lapse since they weren't eating it anymore, and I came back 24 hours later so I could see the full results of what the watermelon looked like.
What the heck? This is so nasty. Is that mold growing on the water?
that was rotten. It looks rotty.
Melons? Oh my gosh.
But actually, to my surprise, when I took a look under the watermelons, there was massive holes chewed through the green shell part. And like this watermelon here had so much chewed through this part. So yeah, I guess the mealworms really were eating the watermelon, but I guess it just wasn't showing up on the time lapse because it was happening under where we could see it. Dang, that's actually insane that they could eat so much.
How dangerous can it actually be?
Animals in nature have stingers to defend themselves, and some of those animals, like the cow killer, have venom so strong that their stings cause some of the most immense pain ever.
Oh my gosh, guys, this is super bad.
So I went out and got 5 levels of insect stings that get progressively more painful, and
This is... Oh, I knew it, Terra Green. I knew it. It's always from story to story, and you
I
will
got my
love Terra
friend
Green,
named
though.
Sai to take on this sting challenge.
I'm here to get stung by a couple insects, yeah?
Yep, that's right. And if you look at this paper, it's actually gonna start with only $100 if you take on the first sting, but by the end, you'll be able to win $10,000 if you take on the last sting.
$10,000 is no small amount of money.
Bro, greed. You're not a problem about greed. It'll make you go for the big thing. And you'll think you endure. But at the end, you might actually lose everything. That's what happens. I don't know. This is my first time watching this. Let's see if it's going to be true.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. What's the $100 though?
$100, why don't you go and peel that off? You can figure out what it is.
Ants?
Yep, for $100, you're gonna have to put your hand on an ant nest
Oh,
for
the
30
truth.
seconds, meaning you might get stung multiple times. Are you still down to do this?
Still down.
30 seconds.
Still down. Let's come on, follow me.
I will
So
try.
I took them down
And
a
then
trail by
equipment.
my house till we found a harvester ant nest. Despite these guys
I
being
would
pretty
put
small, they actually have pretty painful stings. But yeah, it's pretty much
Just
nothing
put
compared
that
to the stings later in
$100.
this video.
Yo,
For $100, put your
wait, child. You don't actually know how much it is in my place. It's at least for data bundle. It's good for data bundle, and that should be 150,000 naira over here. And that will go along
on
with
the ant nest
that.
in 3, 2, 1.
Now, Sai has to
What
keep his
if
hand
they
here
run
for
away from
45
me?
seconds to win. But unfortunately, it wasn't looking good for him because immediately workers started to swarm onto his hand.
It's super tickly. I haven't gotten bitten yet.
No stings or anything?
Not yet.
You're straight up on their nest and they're not even defending it. These ants suck.
But oh boy, did things quickly start escalating, because out of nowhere, like 15 more ants started swarming onto his hand to investigate what it was. Still not
Yeah.
seeing it though.
Do you feel anything?
It's just super tickly. I
Don't
don't know,
like-
I haven't felt anything sharp just yet.
No one first, child. They're like, this is kind of friendly. I think this kind of friendly. Maybe it's a friendly visit because they have to inspect, not just start a war, but actually inspect first.
And he wasn't gonna get stung at all as the timer started to run out. 3, 2, 1, and
Oh my god, ow. Oh.
yeah, so apparently Sai literally got stung at the very last second, but by just one ant, thankfully.
Oh, that's sharp. That feels really sharp. It's like a tiny little needle. That feels really sharp.
But the thing is, that was only
Oh.
sting number 1. This video still has
At
way
least.
crazier things coming up, ending with the cow killer.
You can either
Wait, child. If he actually reacts that way for the first part, how is he going to react when he get to the other parts? That's number one.
$100 right now, or you can say yes to the $500 challenge. What do you think?
Great.
You know what? Let's
Take
take
$100.
All right, follow me.
Oh,
Alrighty.
he
Now, I
doesn't
quickly
want
brought Sai to the place where the
village
second
in.
insect sting was going to take place.
Welcome, Sai. You said you wanted to take on the $500 sting challenge. Is that right?
Yep.
All right, then. Why don't you go and just peel that off?
And so he peeled the sticky note off.
A wasp.
Yup, it's a wasp.
Oh man. I remember being super young and getting stung by one of these. I cried for 3 hours.
Oh, and this is only the $500 sting. The 10,000 sting is a lot worse. But don't worry, you can walk away at any time if you want.
No, this is only level 2. I'm gonna keep going.
Oh, okay.
Bro,
So I got out the container
this is gonna
that
be
had
crazy,
a wasp.
Jesse. I would have probably go with the first one. I would have probably said, "Oh, I'm okay with the first. I'm okay with 100, and I'll take the 100. Do something else." But I know maybe in the US, you guys, the 100 might not actually be enough. So perhaps that is the reason he's going for 500.
Inside. This is a yellow jacket, and they're known
I've never
for
got
their
an $100
sharp
from YouTube.
sting. So this should be pretty interesting.
All right, Sai, let's waste
A
no
wasp.
time. You got the wasp there. He looks pretty angry. For $500, get your arm out and put that cup on your arm.
Alrighty.
Yup, so we went and put the cup on his arm at the place where he was gonna get stung.
All right, Sai, I'm gonna start pulling
No
it
way.
out. Oh, wow, this thing
Oh,
is
it's
getting
mad.
mad. All right, I'm just gonna pull the paper towel out and let's see if it stings. It's really mad, Sai.
It's getting mad.
Pause. By the way, I gotta mention this, but do not try this at home, obviously. As a YouTuber,
Okay, as a YouTuber, what happened?
I've taken tons of safety precautions behind the scenes to make sure this is a safe test. And similar to why Coyote
Thank you
Pearson
for
gets
saying
stung
that.
by all those crazy bugs, our goal today is to figure out which bug actually has the craziest sting and make an entertaining video. Anyways, let's get back to the wasp. Yep, this dude was furious trying to escape, but wasn't immediately stinging, surprisingly. I think because the wasp didn't even know that there was an arm under him. He might have just thought that this was floor under him.
Let me tap the side of the glass. Maybe we can get him mad. Sting him. $500, Mr. Wasp.
It's literally on my skin, bro. Just take it in already.
And thankfully, Sai's wish came true immediately.
Terra is like, how can you just take $500 without esteem? How can you just take
this
it?
happened.
Child,
Okay.
Oh, it stung you? Wait, you actually just got stung, Sai?
Yep. It definitely hurts more than I remember.
How much is it hurting, like out of 10, you would say?
A 6 or 7 out of 10.
6 or 7, come on, bruh.
And yeah, if he's already saying these are about a 6 out of 10 on the pain level, then I can't even imagine what he's gonna say the calculus thing at the end is. Should be fun.
So, you've officially won $500, but the big question is, are you gonna want to take on the $1,000 challenge?
You know,
superhero in the house want to go for 1,000. Let's see.
the wasp wasn't the worst thing in the world. Definitely worse than the ants. But I think for $1,000, I'm just gonna do it.
All right, here's the $1,000. We'll put that there.
So, I peeled off the sticky note to reveal the animal.
Oh, it's a crab.
Yeah, it's a crab.
It's kind of cute though.
Yeah.
It won't be that bad.
Oh, okay.
Now, Sai
How, like, child, how can somebody actually put, how do you actually put your hand in? What the heck?
is right.
What
Usually
are
crab
those?
pinches are not as painful as insect stings. But the reason I'm having Sai get pinched instead of stung for this round is actually to prepare him for the $2,500
Scorpion?
round, where he's gonna be getting stung by something that not only has a stinger, but it also has pinchers. Anyways, I
I know that is scorpion.
opened up the box that the crab was inside of so I could show Sai what he was about to be getting pinched by in this round. And here
Why
is
is it this
a rainbow
rat like
land
this?
crab.
All right, so we got the crab out the container, as you can see, and what are you thinking of it? First impressions.
It's very colorful. And
Where's falling outside?
on the left there is kind of big, but
Yep, crabs actually have one big claw to use for extra crushing power, so hopefully Sai gets pinched by that. But actually, something I noticed about this crab was that it was actually injured. You see, normally crabs are supposed to have 4 legs on both sides of their bodies, but this dude only has 2 legs on this side of it.
Wait, that means the crab actually went for a battle. And child, I'm gonna tell you how the battle went. Fighting with another crab in the crab world is not actually easy. Because first of all, you will need to apply tactics. You need to apply skills. You need to apply efforts. You need to apply wisdom. But this crab didn't have any of this. No wisdom, no tactics, no skill. Indeed, went straight ahead with anger. And as it went straight ahead with anger, Dave, the battle got intense. As the battle got intense, it later lose one of the limbs. And after losing one of the limbs, it was like, no way, I'm gonna win this battle. And then it went again. And finally, lost the second one. Yo, who wanna be like the crab?
Its body. I'm not sure how he lost 2 of his legs, but because of this, I wanted to make sure I built this guy a nice little enclosure. That way he'd have a place to rest after the pinch test. But yeah, don't worry, this didn't take long because we just immediately started to spam place a bunch of rocks all along the side of the enclosure. Now this may look kinda like trash, but I'm actually trying to recreate a rocky coastal environment that these crabs are used to in the wild.
All right, could you help me outside? Could you pour the water in?
Yeah, I got you.
Let's get this crab a nice home. Oh yeah, yep, get that water in.
He actually got a lot of forever.
After we got the water in, I started to scatter around some of these random decorations, and
Wow.
obviously I planted some plants in the water, because it wouldn't be a Terra Green enclosure without some. Finally, I put some final technology in, like a filter and a water heater, so we could have this build finished. Anyways, yeah, we quickly introduced this crab into the enclosure, and it seemed like he liked it. And he immediately found some nice little places to hide at. But obviously, Sai has a $1,000 to win. Let's do this
Just
test.
put your hand in the water, right?
For $1,000, you can go ahead and take the crab out of the container and yeah, you just get pinched. Do it however you want. Just take it out.
Let's see how it goes.
All right, you're just gonna let it crawl out. Let's see this.
So yeah,
Yo, sorry, I want to say something that is not related to the video. But yo, actually, see, I don't have beers anymore. Y'all
the
enjoy.
crab ran straight up to Sai's finger,
Look at that
and it
fresh-
looked like he meant business. But Sai actually thought the best way to do this test would be to pick up the crab. So yeah, that's what he did.
All right, so you got a hold of it. That's a pretty smart move, but all right, his pinchers are ready.
All right, let's do it.
Go ahead.
So Sai started to put his finger up to the claw of the crab, and the crab started to give the most vicious, brutal pinch of all time, as you can see.
No way.
It was barely pinching.
What are you feeling?
Not much. I mean, he's kind of just sleeping, it seems like.
Bro, what is this crab doing? You're
The
holding-
crab is like, I don't want any trouble. I just want to race. I want
holding
to
him
eat
in
and
his hand,
sleep.
like, and he's just grabbing
we're
on.
best friends. We're holding hands. I mean, this guy's my friend. Can I keep him?
Yeah, actually, it was kind of funny how friendly this crab was. I mean, it genuinely just looks like the crab is hugging Sai's arm here. It's actually kind of cute.
All right, Sai, would you say
I got
that was
another
easy or
friend.
hard?
I think that was the easiest thing I've ever done.
Well, I didn't tell you about the second part of the challenge where you got to let that crab actually pinch your cheek on your face.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, he really thought the crab was so weak that he was genuinely smiling and happy to do this.
It's licking me.
It's licking you.
I feel like it is. Kind of wet.
Yeah, it is a crab.
That's the
Then
But
next
yeah, if
year,
you couldn't already assume, the crab also didn't really do any real damage here. He just kind of gave it the slightest little pinch ever.
Well, Sai, that might have been the freest $1,000
okay. That was good.
of your entire life.
Just
great.
play
But
probably
remember, the only
rest of
reason I
it
wanted
like
Sai to get pinched by a crab is to prepare him for our next animal.
All right, Sai, we're so close to the final animal sting for $10,000. But first, we still got to do the $2,500 sting, and I got the money right here. Do you want to say yes to that
$2,500.
sting?
Based off how easy the last one was, I think we do it. It can't be that hard compared to the crab.
Oh, you want to do it? Let's peel this off.
So,
This is what kills people. Because the last one was simple. We want to just try the next one. And the next one is just going to take you off. I believe so.
took the sticky note off to reveal the next sting. A giant desert hairy scorpion.
So, Sai, you got to get stung by America's largest scorpion species.
I heard that scorpions are dangerous and poisonous. So I wonder why he want scorpion to sting him.
Okay, that's probably gonna be a lot worse than the crab.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. You know what? For 2,500, I think we can tank it.
Let's do it.
But you could tell Sai was starting to get a lot more skeptical. And this time, he wanted to spend a bit of time to research online to figure out if it was actually safe to get stung by a desert hairy scorpion. Now, these guys got pretty painful venom, but of course, everything I've chosen in this video is completely safe for Sai to get stung by. It's just a bit painful, of course.
So, Sai, what do you think? Is this something you're down to to get stung by after researching on Google?
Yeah, I mean, based off what Google said, seems pretty safe, but it's definitely gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna hurt. But for
Oh my goodness. I don't know who sings. Wait. Okay, let me not talk about that.
I mean, what do you expect? Let's do this. Yeah, can you get your finger out?
Your mama didn't know you
can you
going
get it
for
inside?
this.
So yeah, at first Sai wasn't really sure of how to get stung, so he kind of just started to tap the scorpion's claws and stuff to see if he could get it mad. But you see, scorpions are actually nocturnal, so I knew it was pretty unlikely that this dude was just gonna randomly sting Sai since we were recording during the day. And after like a minute or two of Sai very fearfully putting his finger around and even on the scorpion, my theory was proved right because the scorpion was actually being very chill and not even stinging him once. You see, when people like Coyote Peterson
What type of insects or animals did he actually go to buy, bro?
and did their scorpion sting tests, they actually grabbed the stinger of the scorpion with tweezers. So I figured I should do the same thing here to ensure this test went very smoothly.
All right, Sai. 3, 2, 1. Ow! Oh, did it sting you?
Yep.
Oh shoot! What does it feel like?
It's not that bad, but it's sharp. It's sharp.
I've actually seen when a scorpion actually stings somebody. I actually saw it in a YouTube video. And when this actually happened, the pin entered and then grabbed the person's skin. And then there was a liquid that was sprayed into the skin. And the person was rolling her all around, shouting, screaming of pain.
Nah, you just got stung by a scorpion and you're saying it's not that bad.
I felt it go into my skin.
Shoot, that must have been painful.
Yep, apparently the pain immediately wasn't so bad. But he did tell me as the minutes went on, he could feel the venom sort of spreading around the area where he got stung. But even the scorpion sting is nothing compared to the final insect sting.
Sai, I have to admit, you've done a great job so far. But if you want to...
Yo, oh, cow killer. Yo, if something is called cow killer, I believe it's something that's supposed to kill a cow. And if it can kill a cow, bro, ha ha ha. It's not a, hot, that's not a bad word for the YouTube. Okay.
The $10,000 prize.
Live
You just
cow,
have to take on the most
good for a cow.
And what do you think?
How about a
That's
human?
Like, you know, like genuinely.
That's what I was
I
saying.
have no clue. I mean, it could really be anything, but I'm hoping it's something friendly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna tell you, it's absolutely not something friendly.
That's a lot of money. I think I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you just peel that sticky note off?
$10K,
For
that's
$10,000,
great.
you gotta get stung by
Welcome to
a
the
cow
great world.
killer.
Cow
You're
killer.
joking.
No.
I like this head.
Yes, you saw the videos of Coyote Peterson getting stung by that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, Sai actually wanted to rewatch that classic Coyote Peterson cow killer sting to see how bad this was actually gonna be.
Oh my gosh, that thing's huge. Oh.
Nah, that's about to happen to you, Sai. Shoot.
Oh no, it's even worse when you're watching it and you're knowing it's gonna happen to you.
Yeah, Sai is gonna have a
Then stop watching. I would have actually stopped watching and go straight ahead to the work. As long as I know that I'm not gonna die, but it's just pain. Pain can go away after some time, bro.
great time.
Now, Sai,
That's
we're
what I
not gonna
believe.
waste any time. The cow killer's in this bag. Do you want to take it out for me?
I'm gonna get stung though.
No, just take it out.
Okay.
So Sai pulled it out so we could get our first look at it.
Sai, what do you think of this thing?
It's so small for being something so painful.
Yeah, and they say this thing's sting is so strong that it's able to kill cows.
Candy is actually, that is actually nice, but I wouldn't buy a snake.
Well, no, these things have actually never actually harmed someone. They're just extremely painful, so there's nothing for you to
that's
worry
good.
about.
That's good then.
Yeah.
So I went and picked this thing up with some tweezers, and mine is a bit small, so it's hard to see. But if you look very closely, you can actually see the stinger here retracting in and out. Cow
That means he actually got a baby.
killers have the longest stingers
A baby
in
cow
the
killer.
world, so they can inject their venom super deep into the victim.
All right, Sai, we're just gonna jump straight into this. I got it here, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna put this on your arm right now.
Okay, I'm really scared. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna really hurt. All right, $10,000. That's a lot of Terra Green plushies. Ow!
Did it sting you?
Oh, yep, that's like deep.
Oh, it stung you.
Yup, it literally happened so fast, I didn't even realize he got stung. But based off of his reaction, he...
Are you guys actually sure? Perhaps he might actually be playing.
definitely did. Yeah, he was feeling it.
It burns. It feels like it's down there in the middle of my arm.
That thing just injected its stinger down deep into your arm and put that venom up in there.
And that place is not right.
It looks red.
Yeah,
Oh.
that thing, it's just gonna get a big red spot there over time.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, this pain can sometimes last for up to days, but to make sure Sai didn't have to endure that, I put some of this special stuff on his arm that should help get rid of the sting as much as possible.
Sai, I have good news. You are now the proud owner of $10,000.
Crazy can these insects actually get?
Scoured the internet for the craziest insect videos I could
Look at-
find. Beetles painting pictures, insane slow motions, and so much more. Anyways, our first video is this, which shows what happens when some dude left a piece of cheesecake out near his ant colony.
Wait, but first, I would really love to see the aspect where the beetle is actually painting, because is this actually real?
And well, let's just say the ants didn't waste any time to absolutely start decimating it. If this doesn't show why you shouldn't leave food out, then I don't know what does. Dang. Now, as the video
I'm
goes
getting to
on,
like-
clips get crazier and crazier. Where in this second clip, a guy got a video up on his phone of
Wait, I'm getting to like more of insects videos. I don't know why, I don't know about you.
a bunch of butterflies flying around and put his pet mantises in front of it. And yeah, I guess the mantises must have been hungry because you can tell this guy was absolutely locked in, ducking and weaving and lining up the perfect shot to attack the butterflies. But yeah, he was very confused why he couldn't grab it. He was trying multiple times. Then there was this mantis that was legit staring at the screen for a minute before he made his first attack. But yeah, for him, it was no different. He couldn't really grab the butterflies either. First, we got iPad.
Wait, just imagine. Okay, so before I say that, I actually saw something similar like in a zoo. The lion was actually timing the guy. And a kid, yeah. And at the time that the straw attacked, bro, there was already glass there. That was what saved that young
Now
child.
we got iPad mantises. Really, bro? What's next? iPad frogs? Wait a second. That already exists. Okay. Okay, next is...
I'm hosting a guy for a date. Which low-key Nigerian dish can I make with this in under 45 minutes?
exists. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, next is one of the craziest
The frog is just trying to eat the insects.
videos
yeah.
I've seen of ants, and you may not be able to tell what's going on right away, but you see
My
this dangling
goodness.
thing, this is all ants. And it's like a bajillion ants all joined
Shane.
together, starting up at the corner of this roof, spanning all the way down.
What
you
are
can
you trying
see
to
so
do?
many ants grabbing onto each other's bodies to make a literal ant bridge. And on top of the bridge, you can see more ants just walking around on top of it, doing stuff like carrying eggs and food. And this bridge goes all the way down, curves back up, and connects to a wall.
And actually, if y'all don't mind, I actually made a video particularly about ant farming colony for 1,000 days, and it was just crazy. I really actually loved it. Just go and check it out. Subscribe also.
Nest. Yep, these ants are so genius, they built this bridge to straight up attack a wasp nest, and now they can probably feed their colony for days. Wow. And wait a second, if these ants can just stand on the roof here, why did they just walk from here to here? Are you guys sure this giant
Wait.
bridge was necessary? Okay, anyways, it's still crazy. Now for the next video, which shows
It's just crazy. It might not actually make sense, but it's just crazy because
this little
like,
thing. This
how
is a
can
beetle
they do
grub,
that?
and this is gonna show the process of how they grow up into a beetle over time. Oh, by the way, this is not a normal beetle species.
Just-
This is the largest beetle species in the world, a Hercules beetle.
Just in the
As time
hand of
goes
the
on,
person.
you can see even just this grub starts getting much, much larger than what a normal fully grown beetle would be. And after literally
This-
over a year, this massive creature starts to go into its pupa stage,
Oh my goodness.
where you can see exactly how it transforms from a worm creature into a beetle. First, you can see the legs starting to grow,
Ooh,
then the
so
giant
cute.
horns start to emerge from the head that the species have.
And some guys will be like, oh, that's so cute.
Boom, after a long
the girls
500
right now.
days, the beetle emerges from its pupa, and yeah, that's how long it takes for one of these beauties
That
to be
is
born.
big.
By the way, it's so cool to watch these guys fly. This is not an edited sound or anything. It actually sounds like a little
Yeah, I actually saw something like this, but they were way smaller. And when I was a kid, I actually admired them, the way they fly. Sometimes you carry them, tie a little rope, like just looking at the way they fly. And they'll be flapping their wings. Like, it was just crazy.
Roll helicopter when their wings are flapping. It's insane. Oh, and in these next videos, they show a ton of cool bugs crawling around on this guy's hand, like orchid mantises and leaf insects, which are super cool because they look like leaves, obviously. The main reason I'm showing you this is because of this.
Wait, how can you carry on? My goodness, this, should I call it disgusting? It was looking so bad, bro.
Guy also lets
I can't actually do that.
Like these insanely creepy creatures. Yeah, even I, Tara Green, would not let those crawl on me. What the heck even are those?
It can't crawl on me, bro.
But yeah, he also lets stuff go on his face.
If you're actually like this, always actually scared, bro, because I cannot actually look at this. I cannot actually look at this. Just write in the comment section if you can do this.
Like this giant moth, dang, and a Hercules beetle from earlier, which, like, dang, bro, you gotta be careful with. That giant horon could easily poke your eye out. But actually, respect to you for keeping all these insanely cool insects. It's actually so cool. Now, earlier, I showed mantises attacking the screen, but if you wanted to see what it looks like when a mantis eats real food, this is it. And actually, this is a massive locust, so it's pretty cool to see a mantis eat this whole thing, since it's pretty much as big as him. But first, the mantis starts devouring its head with its alien mouth, then it works its way down the body. And yeah, the mantis basically takes no breaks while eating. The endurance is actually pretty dang impressive.
That is actually impressive.
And there was nothing but scraps on the floor, and the mantis's belly was pretty dang big.
And it's leaking.
A lot.
Bro, what is that?
This next video I found shows this insane time-lapse footage of leafcutter ants doing their signature thing. Cutting
time-lapse.
In it, you can see how they all work together over time, cutting out these circular pieces to absolutely decimate this leaf till it's no more. The scientists that filmed it even got this super close-up footage showing exactly how their mandibles cut through the leaves, showing how it works almost super similar.
I can't actually doubt if this were like this, how do you call this thing? Scissors. How scissors was made.
Similar to how scissors work. It's crazy how some animals in nature have evolved to do this. But the coolest thing is how he got this footage that shows while a leaf might just start with one ant cutting it, that one ant will take her leaf back to the colony and let all the other workers know where that leaf is. So that way they can all swarm it and basically speed run to chop the whole thing up. Yeah, it's super cool.
Actually, I like how ants collaborate. And I wish human beings can actually form such strong band.
How these guys work as a team. Have you ever wondered how so many ants are born? Well, it all starts when the queen ants and the male ants are mated, which is shown in this video. This is the queen ant and this is the male. And you can see exactly how much
Wait, what? What the heck is this? Why is the male so small?
Massive the queens are than the males. And it's actually kind of funny because oftentimes many males will latch onto the same female all at the same time and try and mate at the same time. And sometimes the female will even try and fly while this is all happening, which doesn't exactly work very well with all that extra weight weighing down. Yet somehow the males manage to stay clinging on. Dang. Okay, you won't believe this next video because in it...
That is actually insane, bro.
A kid decided for some reason it'd be a good idea to get pet bed bugs. Yes, like the things that bite you when you sleep. He literally built them a natural standing closure and made a mini mattress for them to sleep under. And yeah, since they were his pet, he had to feed them. So he let them crawl on his arm and suck his blood. Yeah, if you couldn't already tell, this isn't just...
Just look at his skin. Chat, just look at his skin. You see some red dots, which means he has been doing this for so long.
Some random kid, this is me. Yeah, last year I made a video about getting pet bed bugs, but I just thought I had to get a spot on the craziest insect videos.
Why?
Yeah, I had to be the first to get pet bed bugs. But by the way, guys, my mom made me get rid of them for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was just wondering why you made me get rid of the pet bed bugs.
Because we don't want those in the house.
The pet bed bugs?
Yes, absolutely.
I thought they were cute.
No, they'll be biting us and we had to get rid of them.
Okay, next up, have you ever wondered how an ant stinger works? Well, whether
those things actually know how to spread wildly.
you have or haven't, it's actually pretty interesting because this scientist caught an extreme close-up video exactly of how it works. Basically, he got an ant stinger right up to a thin layer of wax paper and let it pierce through it. And right as it pierces through, you can literally see droplets of venom drip off the end of the stinger. So yeah, every time you're stung by an ant in the wild on an extremely tiny scale, this is exactly what's happening under your skin. And the craziest thing is how thin these stingers are, because here they are next to a huge
40 micrometer. That's so small.
Yeah, the tip of the stinger is like half of the width of the hair. That is insanely thin. All right, you guys got to see this next video because it shows these beans. And yeah, you might be thinking, Russ, Peregrine, where's the insect? Well, check this out. These beans can literally jump, and that's because there's an insect inside of them. In fact, a larva of a moth is inside of these beans. And many larvas like this species have learned
how can the beans actually jump?
To jump by flinging the end of their tail against the ground. And when you look very closely at this bean, you can see the little larva inside flinging himself up against the top of the bean to make enough momentum to send it flying into the air. And in this timelapse footage, you can see how they actually move a pretty good amount over the course of a few hours.
That means if somebody's actually putting the ball and the person jumps to hit the top of the ball, everything can actually go up. Perhaps, depending on how light or how heavy that ball is.
But yeah, after about half a year inside of one of these beans, they turn into a moth that looks kind of like
half
this.
A year?
Pretty interesting. This next video is sick though, because in it, a dude decided to give his pet beetle some paintbrushes. And surprisingly, they actually took a hold of them perfectly. And yeah, they literally just started to walk around, dragging the edge of the paintbrush along the canvas, making a beautiful work of art. I mean, they weren't
y'all know one of the things that are called art in this dispensation is just so crazy. Like the other time, actually, I literally saw somebody pasted a banana peel on a whiteboard, and it was taken as an art piece. That people bought, somebody bought it millions of dollars, bro. And you look at a piece like the Mona Lisa and all those things. What is this age turning into? Gen Z, bro?
Perfect, and they did paint a little bit on his table, but for the most part, they stuck to the canvas. He even let the beetles choose the colors they wanted to paint with, so yeah, you could say the beetles had full artistic control, and by the end, this is what it looked like. Now, this is modern art. This could easily sell to some art museum for an insane amount of money, because...
Yeah, this is the same thing I said. Modern art is actually crazy. You just need to put some funny things on the whiteboard and then sell for a decent amount of money if you actually have where to sell it.
Like, the fact that beetles painted this makes it so cool. I mean, so serious. Insect
and then you can even kill some of the beetle. No one alive the beetle and then put it like a pin, or just instead of killing the unliving the beetle, you can actually keep the beetle there, spray some paint such that the marker of the beetle will actually show that. I think that would be awesome.
The guy that made this video, you could like actually reach out to some art museums and actually sell this thing for like $1 million. I've seen some crazy modern art sell for insane amounts of money. Actually,
look at these, bro.
Okay, the next video shows something nasty because we all know roaches, right? Like they're just some chill little insects.
I like
this video that shows how they're born. And yeah, this isn't a clam or anything. This is an egg sac, and yeah, that's a ton of roaches coming out.
I've destroyed so many of their egg sac, bro.
Nah. Basically, when the mom roaches are ready to have babies, they develop their egg sacs in the back of their body, which you can see right here and here. And a day before they hatch, they drop them on the ground. And basically, each one of these slits in the egg sac is a baby roach that's about to hatch. And yeah, literally all at the same time, you can see the bottom of it starts to slowly expand. And these little white worm things start to poke out. And these are all the new roaches that are now born, and they're gonna go run around and find homes for themselves. Dang, sorry if you're eating, but to be fair, if you're eating, you probably would have clicked off the video by now. All right. second to
Because
last
the
video,
same
and I've
thing
saved
that I
some of my
showed
favorites
now.
for last. Because in this
Red
footage,
ball?
a guy put out this red
No.
sugar water and then let his ants loose near it. Obviously, ants are super attracted to sugar, so they started to swarm it. But the thing that's so interesting about these ants is that they're a special kind of species that can store extra liquid inside their abdomen. Yep, you heard that right, and you can see it super clearly in this footage. As this ant sucks up the sugar water, his abdomen gets way larger and way more red, and it's actually insane to see. But by far the
This
coolest
one didn't want to leave early.
thing to see is this footage of one of the bigger ants who was full of sugar water going up to this empty ant and literally feeding it some of its sugar water. You can see this one's abdomen getting smaller as this one's gets bigger. And yeah, it's kind of nasty how they just regurgitate the food into each other's mouths, but they're ants. I don't really think they care. Okay, now our last video. This video shows a snail hatching from an egg, which is pretty cool to see because like I didn't even realize, but yeah, snails literally hatch with their shell. I don't
The year that one of new since I was 5.
know why I didn't really think to realize that, but yeah, they do. But the real reason I'm showing you this is because this is the most insane snail species of all time. Because this video also shows what happens over the months as this snail species grows up. It literally
They
keeps
can
getting
get
larger
bigger.
and larger and larger, bigger than any
They can be, oh, this is what I want to say. They can get bigger to a cup size. Like
snail
a cup.
species you've probably ever seen
Not a
before
cup.
until after 3 years it is fully
Oh.
grown, and oh yeah, this is a giant
This
African
will be
land
ju-
snail, the largest snail
delicious.
in the entire world. And yeah, they are absolutely
Y'all know when you see something like this, the next thing that comes to your mind is food. Y'all be think about food. Once this is seen, bro,
insane. The fact that
This
this
is
is
not an
bigger
insect,
than a
though,
hand
is it?
is like what? I mean, what? All right, that was all of the craziest insect videos I could find.
wait. Are snails insects? Till next time, see y'all.